he will suffice for him, and he will give him medicine for the head, and This story was from a person named Mito on this village from the story that cannot deal with anyone I do not know in exchange for this village. And I do not know anything. What is the non-prolonged physiotherapy, which needs what you generalized without the points that answer in the flood? And if he walked fire until you do not want to worry dials, and Kipchit is upset. He had neither friends nor friends in one day. He was in the Derisiat section. And he was reading even that he saw young bullying in the department with his friends. And they watch one of the poor children read with them in the department and open it and photograph it with a video. And this is in order to be entitled to the bouquet on his back a little. And I want to bear him until he took from one of his friends and friends. And I go so that I will go closer to him, and I give him food. Today I will start laughing at him and tell him, allow me, I have not seen you and I will start laughing at me. I did not do anything. Today I will provoke him and tell him the next time you will see well. And I will be fanatic and said to him, I saw you in my life. Do not be afraid of me, and I will go even to him and tell him these things will provoke me. He said to him yesterday, I will do your mind and read something to you. This thing that you do will not follow. What will they fight? 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 When they enter, they will ask a young man who reads with them his name Soho. And here they read in Al-Qasim and tell them where to sit and sit here. The nerves of Dayash in them. In the event that nothing happened and I am the leader of that team, I will do his work and told him what I did to a girl I called the morning. And I will do everything in the deepest, and I have a lot according to the girls that I was doing to them, and I will be intolerant, and I will be blinded, and I try to hit him, and take revenge on him. He commanded his companions to collect it and manage it in the middle, but they were afraid of the number of their dialects. And their number was very large. He could not affect me, and Sips was with him in a state in order to play a little bit. Until they will stand, he will come to the Elo, so Hey Nasu will be fanatic of Dial. And he said to him that I entered Ronda Diala Ajinurik. And in the pasta, he will suffice for him, and he will give him medicine for the head, and he will bring him a cam. And after he will waste with his friends and ask them to take their friends from the roll of the treatment room. But they could not know what they struck will mix them and will describe them from the nurse, and then he will see the land. And he will find his sweets below, and he will see his sweets, and he will see in it, and he will ask him to allow him, and he will ask him to allow him to see him, and he will go down and will get his tools. He was very strong and did not want to tell people, and he was dealing with people with respect. After that he would return to the house, and we will know that he did not live except with his father. This thing is even that his mother and the father are two separators in life, was even that the majority of times are not in the unity of a girl. And this thing is so that his father travels a lot before service, and the most important thing he asks from his father is reading and always looked at his points, and even in the spoiling times, he was preserving mathematics. And this is because his mother was a school at a famous university, and was his specialization in the mathematics. Why did he not deprive his mother when he was young? Why did he not deprive his mother when he was young? Why did he not deprive his mother when he was young? Why did he not deprive his mother when he was young? Why did he not deprive his mother when he was young? Why did he not deprive his mother when he was young? Until he will throw a young person alone to the sleepy, and he will still see him. And he does not know why he gets up in the dancer, but he will not put his hands in it, and he will walk to keep him, and one of the day will hear on the door in the door. And he will walk to open and see what happened until he will find it and accept it, wearing the china. And this is cask leverola, and he will know that he serves you. Students have arrived. I will send it, and I will send it, and I will tell him that I have a student in your room, but I will tell him that I did not ask anything, and I will send it, and I will send it, and I will know his head in the address in the title. But he did not want to take advantage of him and said to him, Gigi, brought a stranger with you, but he will refuse, and I will enter it until the door of the house and said to him, I do not want anything on you, but we read with you in the dismissed dance. Indeed, now he will go and bring to me one of the videos of what will be in the cup, until he will disappear, and drink from his mouth the pumpkin decided, and take a comfort in the condition of a cup to hit him. And after he will thank him and ask him to receive him in school, and block the door and walk, so a new student will arrive at the school now and present the messenger of the students who will read with him and walk and sit in his place and pardon the name to one of the day Drato Bana Bladry is wearing a seat on a headache, and of course, as is any good student Kijiao, Kasim Dar Ryong. And he asked them what from the school came to read with us, and asked them the name of this school in which he was reading the previous year. And this school was expensive in which he read other than Dukadak. And I will know him with God. There is nothing wrong with him. And Young will remain asking him about the students who read it in that school. Young asked to sit from his place while I was young. He will refuse and said to him that if I appreciate your sins and your destruction, and I will be fanatic, and I will take the loud, and I will find his head in order to accept him. He cursed him until Sue will differentiate them before he tied up. And said to them, when you run the curtain for a naked, and they will not be satisfied. What will reach him from drugs is a person named Mito Day, and we will know him when he comes today when I entered it, and was located in a plain gang in the city. Today I will try it and take it out in order to throw it on the Anavrat, and I will tell him what are the effects of this drug that I brought to us. And if there is no one trying it, the addicts of the drug were not what he will say on. I call Gotti. They say if one thing walks, he tries this drug without what is tried by Gotti, who enters directly to the committee without an account together. They are the ones who begged them, knowing them who were bullied by him. And they began to fly on me, even they are, but young Gotti reassures him and said to him, I do not say, I saw the information. Bash is afraid. The first task we will cost you to be the owner in order to go to it, and the leaders of the independents from the forces of the leg of this drug that was the thing that was on this day. On his relationships and with the Mara house, and he saw what is normal king, Chloe, one of your dab, has folded your neck, and I hit it, and you have eaten a little bicker. The exam begins, and there remains a lot of things. A need for his neck. Here Gotti hate is the segment, and Gotti era flush one is the softness of honey bash numbness. Here Gotti, you wanna get a bash. But all in the section are all, he will withdraw to them with foolishness, and after the bastard struck him, he will start reviewing the answers to his dialects, and he will meet his head fell in the exam and mistake everything. And the first time he will answer Mesian in an exam, and here he will be fanatic and will guarantee his plate. And he will go directly to Daeong to take revenge on him, as he is sure that he is educated in God, and the reason for this testimony is complete in God and not in our friend in order to numb him. And he was a chat big dogly from one steel, or does not make this one of the book, and with him he will reach Daeong, and will strike him with what he said in jaw. As for the third, he will be afraid to accompany him so that he does not pay him. As for their third owner, he will stop from afar and watch them, and cannot claim and interfere. And after that redo will put on it from Al Sarbat, and will start in the luxury of your fortress from the box in Nusha, and all will live with completion, and will start bleeding, and who will live you on the ground will not be able to move. He told her that she would be kept on her, but she did not hear and told her that she would grow for her, and decided to hit him for his face and describe her at a time until she would get rid of him at the last moment and pay him, and told her that she does not want to kill him because she will withdraw because she ran a countryside, but she became a demon and not a demon. And now I will be fanatic and I will turn to the mosquitoes and try to attack Soho. But Soho was strong on him and he obeyed with him hitting and driving him. And we will know that he is a professional in the millions. And I am the find professor. Him trying to hit him directly. Young directly will give him the spar in order to give him a sip. But the mother of Ryeo-un was still receiving him, and she remained seduced by him, and she was often told him. He will go and put a neck for her, and put from her a box of drugs that he gave to the son of his aunt, and that his mother did not see these drugs will be shocked. And after the professor will take his mother, and go out to the other to prepare with her on Nafrat, and he told her that in the first she was coming to defecate on, and she returns to her the right of her son. But he had a justification for him to kill his son, and what my hand from him has no right to falsehood, and he was not in consciousness. Are you on us or what? Today we will be sterilized from you, and I will take to follow with them all calm, and ask them to go to the bathroom, so that no one interferes, and indeed in 3 days they will enter the bathroom, and they will close the door and so on in order to result on them. And our brothers were not the net of the flow of the torrent, and they started to take off and asked him to tolerate and said to him Safi, and God is what we return to. And I started to take off the torrent and began to come out in his condition, and he decided in order not to enter with him in a fight. And I am sitting to read with the first time that he has a strong personality in the case of Haka and the Mutta Marine. This section is Chloe. They are afraid of growth. At this time, Jassim was a passion for what he was doing here, and would return to his daughter in order to take revenge on him, and in return he would give him a large amount of money, and at night he was here, and review in the same situation. And this is something after the secret of the village is complete. And he will answer him and ask him tolerance. And he told him the cow only control and net, and you were not in a way to hit you, and will start laughing, and he said to him that nothing is a problem in the first place. And we will know that the life system of Soham is different from Sohun. Sohun lives in his house and drinks and reads. As for Sohun, he works for services so that he can be able to be able. This thing was even living with his grandmother, but now he will go to school so much to keep, but the person here does not want to go to school so that he does not trust him. And he will make him refresh a little and relax, and at this moment he will go with him and will wake him up and ask him to go with him to offer him lunch, and he will go with each other from the first time. There was a person in the school that accepts Leon, even if he had friends, but now he would go to Daeong, and he said to him in the net, I want to know what to do in this case. As for school, he was active in a path other than yet, and he was decently until the market would stand on him and ask him to tolerate, but he told him that he does not necessarily ask him to allow him. I know that you are not you who want to bring me, and with what Young is the one who commanded you to do this thing. Do not be afraid. He will not take revenge on you, and he will allow me, and he will walk, and on the way, Young will stop him and I want, and the gang is his home. I am Hun Gotti. I try to walk with the manager with a feeling of something problematic and ask for the growth of my brother, for him, but Young Gotti Yumfu and Gotti attack my hand and Gotti is good and my goal is Kalaja. After that, they will kidnap the one without in mourning. But Sue was not interested in this thing, and he wanted people to give him to me, and I said to them, we will give you a lot of money if I went and closed it. And no one interfered with him. Yoon will ask him to mash his hands now, and this so that he could not read it again. And this is because he knows that reading is the most comfortable thing in which they will remain and watch in the first of those who will start. He pulled his crying for them, afraid of them, but he was seeing them as a dream of one dream of him, and how to cover a roll in his eyes, and he threw 3 in the north, and he gave it to Yemen, and he started covering the scatter of one disobedient, and covered with the guidance of the face, and covered one attack on them with one, and after. He decided to go with a lot of problems with him, but Dai will return, go and throw it over one table, and I am me, I am me, I am. He will make his friends take him there in order to send them until Soho will be mixed to them to save them from above, and will sing a front on the ground, and will extend them there, and will perform the fashion, but in these borders they will perform the fashion, and will remain like the dust with Soho. And Yoon will use it so that he will be injured and will make his friends join and attack him until now at this moment. Yoon will see that this is the only one you have read will come up with now, but he could not go to him from one of the people who were hitting him until he entered the market at the last minute and paid, and so he would leave with each other at this moment. He will ask for help from him today, but this will allow him and will walk, and this will form a crowd after they were doing that 3. After what Soho asked him, he will ask the market to be a vision for them, for something they need to be lunch. But on he did not want to go to be lunch with them, and Soho will be a decision, and my legs said to him, and 3 days. And I entered the team and from that gang, and they collaborated and cooperated until I and Gotti stayed and washed with them and cooperating in the service. And whoever is happy and Gotti washed 3 days and Gotti and I see that he will happen the first time he has friends, and at this moment his gang leader will fix the things that happened, and I know that he is calling them to strike the 3 of the barrises and read it in the core, and the gravity of it will be fanatic. And he will work and he will mash this at this moment. He will see that his sincere in the hospital is suspended for this, and he will ask what he does in this case. He will answer him and say to him, you are the reason, and bash is due to the consideration. Karo is a member, and after a disintegration in the bag of her dialects, Bash steals, and from Lee shaft on her, he sent a shell of Zerba and Gotti deepen, and she represented them with me, as she knows, and she came out and she and Yabash, one of what tightens her inside, and for everyone who came out, I did not meet. And in the pasta, I asked him to protect her from the people, and asked him to take her to the nearest restaurant, and buy her what you eat, that thing that would have gone to one of the 2 presidents, and start dinner a little. And his promises to the one who Gotti will still see her every day, and Gotti at school on Gotti on the day, he walked on and asked him to walk with him on the flyat, but Suko's was known to the one who betrayed him, and he is noticeable in it, and he did not have a soul in the soul. He decided to go with him to see what is reality. Here, he saves Ali and asks him to go to the lawyer and enroll with him. And he will review what he said in court. He tells him that there is nothing to hold the drugs that I found in his bag. Today, I will stay with you and ask them to persuade him, and I will stay in them and I will decide to help him. Today, I will take my friends and I will give them one to a stranger in order for the lawyer to be able and said today to Beatley. And he draws them to arrive from the Generation Gang after a moment. He told them that he would go out while he told them that you could not do anything until he would bring one of the founders and strike his hands, and told them that you have 3 days if you do not bring money.